What's the initial verdict?
Very interesting, actually, just found.
What?
Top Gear has a different rev limiter to the others.
Really?
Yeah. So in Top Gear then, it just rev just past 12 grand, whereas none of the other gears it's revving to about 11 and a half.
Oh, okay.
So, let's get rid of the first run, a little bit of tire slip. 185 and a half.
Which is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
So, well, should we get rid of these?
Yeah.
1 second.
Get rid of it.
Wait there. Get rid of that.
So, there's our best run. 185.
Yeah.
125 newton meters of torque.
That's a lot of torque.
And it's smooth as well.
It is, isn't it?
Very smooth.
Now you bear in mind that they claim 209.5 crankshaft, or wherever it is they measure it, which is pretty sure is either the crankshaft or the gearbox.
Clutch, sort of.
Yeah. Okay, something like that. Ducati have actually changed where they measure it recently. That is about right. It's about 12%, isn't it?
Yeah,
roughly.
Yeah, about 12%.
That's about bang on. That's good. Now, William, how does this compare to other Ducatis?
So, what should we take a look at first? Panigale R?
Panigale R, please.
So this was the 1299, I believe. So
yeah.
Get rid of that one, and then which one's our best out of there? So they're both about the same. So, let's look at power to start with. So peak figure, same, 185.
Yeah.
But mid-range from the new bike, considerably up. 10 horsepower. 10
horsepower, which is what we would probably imagine is the extra capacity.
Yeah, and this bike comes with a different exhaust as well, doesn't it?
Well, this is a Euro 4 bike, so that's why it's so quiet. So that's actually really impressive.
So,
I'd say.
And that's between sort of 6 to 7.5, sort of 10 horsepower gain, and then 5 horsepower coming up towards the peak, and then peaking about the same, and that relays the same in the torque.
Oof.
So bottom end torque, we're up 13 newton meters, down at 6 grand.
Yeah.
Which you'll definitely feel that on the road.
Yeah.
And at the top end near our peak torque. Our peak torque's up 3 newton meters as well. So good healthy increase there.
Yeah.
But a lot of that has come from the increased capacity.
Yeah, that's right. What about the S then? Let's go for a 1299S. So let's get same capacity. Obviously the engine's not supposed to be quite as potent on the 1299S.
Let's get rid of the torque. So, this is interesting. So we've actually, against the first 1299, so that in 2015 that would have been a Euro 3 bike?
Yeah.
So we've lost a little bit of horsepower through the mid-range, sort of between 5 to 10, 10 in places.
Yeah.
Horsepower in the mid-range, but picked up sort of 5 horsepower at the top end.
Yeah.
Which is sort of there's gains and losses throughout it, so it's a trade-off. And we'll get rid of our torque power. So our torque figures shows against the power graph as well. With our mid-range, we're losing against the original Euro 3 one.
Yeah. Which is almost to be just to interrupt. Sorry, this is almost to be expected, though, isn't it? To lose out.
Yeah, we've lost like 4 newton meters of torque.
Yeah.
On our peak figure, but at 8.5, we're down 6 newton meters against the older one.
Yeah.
But it is as expected, isn't it? From the new emission laws and the changes that have been made to the bike.
I mean, it's still. I mean, I'll tell you, it feels on track. It feels brutal. Still, it's brutal. It's it's. So far, my feelings are that it's as a swan song farewell. Bearing in mind it's Euro 4, they've built a. I think if this was, do you think if this was Euro 3, it would outstrip the bikes we've just put it up against, because I think it probably would.
Yeah.
If it was Euro 3. No, I agree. Oh, there we go. So, still, 185 horsepower out of a V-twin, even 1300, is unreal.
And Euro 4.
And Euro 4 is absolutely unreal. Look at that for service. Hey, William. Now, William, we were just talking about a couple of things, one of which was these exhausts, because they look all proper Chas Davies factory, but if you actually look close inside, you can see the pea shooters in there, the little baffles, and then we have this huge box down here that's absolutely massive. I mean, it's going to be nice and light because it says titanium, but with a full system on, reckon it's a crack 190?
Easily, I think.
You reckon?
I think it should.
So it's got the goods, this bike, but it is really stifled by the Euro 4 exhaust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Usually it's 10 horsepower, somewhere in the range you pick up by putting a full system on a Euro 4 bike. This should crack 190.
Yeah, no, I think it should too.
With the full racer cockpit.
And tell me what you were just telling me about this bike on the dyno.
So, the last 2 runs, if you put them in all on the video, we ran it in 5th and 6th gear. Yeah. So 5th gear, not really a lot of difference in power. About 3 horsepower at 9 grand it picked up, so small difference in possibly throttle and ignition mapping, and maybe fuel. But the main difference is in top gear. In most of the other gears, it was revving to about just under 12 on the dash, whereas then we put it in top gear for the last run I did, and it revved right away to the end of the dash. It revved to like 12,500 RPM, which is about 500 RPM more than the other gears, and it pulled 200 mile an hour top speed.
Which is nuts.
Yeah, it should be limited to 186 for UK and Euro legislation laws, but it's done 200 mile an hour.